You look like you're sponsored by Honey Stinger. Are you like a professional runner?
No, just a professional waffle eater.
Oh, nice. Yeah, same.
So after we ran the Dead Horse Ultra 30K in Moab, we had a few extra days in the area to unwind and hang out for a bit before we headed back to San Diego for the holidays. And what better way to recover from a race than to stay in a hotel? Field Station invited us to spend 2 nights at their Moab location.
Austin, Texas? What? Why is this airport?
Should we get a coloring book?
Yeah, we should get a coloring book. I'm convinced.
A hotel that's located just outside of Arches and Canyonlands National Park. And they also happen to have a gear shop in the lobby. Do I need anything? Absolutely not. Does strolling around aesthetically placed gear make me happy? Absolutely, yes. It's safe to say that Field Station understands their audience. They had mountain bikes, carabiners, and tons of cool coffee table adventure books that made me want to drop everything, sit down, and flip through the page of each one. This one book, called 2 Years on a Bike, absolutely fueled the fire for another bike tour. I think we're gonna have to make that happen in 2025. When you live in a small space, especially with your significant other, anytime you can stand more than 3 feet apart, have access to running water, take a hot shower, and actually hang out inside feels like an incredible luxury. It was actually really awesome because Field Station has van life spots where we had access to shore power and we also had a room. It was the best of both worlds, but we were still able to sleep in our bed. It's funny because whenever we're visiting people, we always get asked if we want to sleep inside, but realistically, I just want to hang out inside and sleep in my own bed. Does that make sense, or am I crazy?
Good morning. It's time for some
Another fantastic perk to staying at Field Station, they had an in-house coffee shop, and the coffee was fabulous. We are usually pour-over people in the morning, but I will never say no to a cappuccino or a latte.
Alright, so we have been working in here pretty much all day long. It is 4 p.m. and we haven't really done anything aside from work on our laptops. So we are going to go ahead into Arches National Park, go for a drive, maybe go for a walk. Our legs are still feeling pretty sore after the race this weekend. So I think getting out of this hotel room and getting out of the camper will be really nice and sunset will be really pretty. So let's go.
I feel like sunset can be a tricky thing with road life. Most of the time, we try to find camp before the sun goes down, which is great, and most of the time we are camped in really stunning locations. But sometimes we want to be in certain locations, like national parks for instance, for sunset, to enjoy the view and get the shot. It's always a tough decision figuring out whether to go straight to camp or risk it, get the shot, and find camp in the dark. So when we have a guaranteed place to come back to, like our spot at Field Station for the night, it is a huge relief. This sounds semi-silly, but if you've lived on the road before, I think you'll get it. Or at least I hope you do.
What?
You're coming with me. Whether you like it or not.
Back.
She's gonna be angry until we get her real food.
And now, it's time to head back towards San Diego for the holidays. We had a roughly 11-hour drive ahead of us, but we broke it up into 2 days with a quick pit stop just outside of Las Vegas. We are no strangers to long driving days, and it's wild to think that an 11-hour drive honestly doesn't even feel that bad anymore.
Yeah, in and out.
Moose is obviously very jealous.
That's all.
Like I said, we were camped just outside of Las Vegas. We've done this quite a bit on long hauls from Utah to San Diego or Colorado to San Diego, and the sunrises out here are stunning every single time. We were headed back to San Diego for Thanksgiving, and every time we head back to San Diego, it always feels like a much-needed reset. Nice weather, my parents' driveway, family, catching up with friends, picking up packages, and taking a trip to our storage locker to switch out any gear we may need, aka skis, because you know that's coming next. And Moose, she loves it here. Some of her favorite birds to watch are out these windows. Okay, go.
You know what you have to do?
What? I have to get the trash, I know. Go.
Just some other.
So before we moved onto the road, Casey and I called this little corner of San Diego County our home. We lived here for just over a year and a half together, and we could see the ocean from our driveway. We lived in basically a shack, but the lifestyle is what we were here for.
Really?
The ocean, the waves, skating, friends, all that jazz. And when we left, we kind of shoved that version of ourselves to the side. So whenever we come back, I always forget just how much I missed the ocean in this little corner of San Diego. But you know what's cool? It ain't going anywhere, and it's pretty much the same. But whenever we're back, it is so easy to fall back into the rhythm again. We park at our favorite surf breaks, we get coffee at that one spot down the street, and most importantly, we get to see friends. The only thing missing is surfing. Casey sold his longboard when we moved out of our house. Mine is in storage, but maybe one day we will find Casey a new log and stick around the coast for a while. I think it would be good for the soul.
Birds.
You're doing Chuck It. She goes into this.
Also, last October we hosted an all-women's group trip to Peru. It was incredible, so we're gonna do it again. Patagonia, November 2025, and everybody is invited. Join Casey and I on a 9-day dream trip. Link is in the description.